So as featuring today, welcome back to another YouTube video, and in this video we're going to be looking at how you can get more longshot medals in Call of Duty Black Ops 4, because I know a lot of you want to get that diamond camo for assault rifles and for whatever else needs longshots, if any, but in this video we're going to be looking at the attachments you need to use to ensure that you can kill people faster from a distance, and the locations that you should use for every map if you're going for these longshots. But before we do start, I want to give a shout out to my boy KIAN, who watched my last video up to the comment I told you to put if you wanted a shout out, and if you want a shout out from me in my next video, stay till the end until you see the comment I tell you to put, and I will give you a shout out in my next video. We're going to be starting with the attachment you need to use in order to kill quicker. Now, as you know, not all weapons have the exact same attachments in this game, so I'm going to go through every weapon and what you need to use on them, and I will have a timestamp in the description for each weapon so you know what to use on your weapon. Let's start with the most overpowered gun in the game, the ICR. Now, most of the people I know have already got gold camo for this weapon, as it is the most overpowered weapon in the game, but let's say you haven't got it. You want to use Quick Draw, Grip 1 and Grip 2, as this makes the ICR have 0 recoil. Yes, 0. No recoil at all, which makes this weapon insane. You can use a sight if you want. I think that the reflex is really good for this gun, so I'd personally recommend it, but it's all down to preference. But as said, most of you have already got the ICR gold anyway, so that thing's just insane. So let's move on to the next weapon, the RAMPART-17. For this gun you can decide what you want to do. You can choose to tap fire the weapon by using both high caliber 1 and 2 and long barrel, then that's a good option, but if you want to fire like 3 to 4 bullets with less recoil, potentially killing them quicker, then use high caliber 1 and 2 with grip. But this one, try out yourself. The main attachments to use are high caliber 1 and 2, long barrel and grip. Experiment with a little bit and see which one you like the most. Moving on to the next weapon, the KIAN. Now, this weapon for me is very weird, as well as the MADDOX, which we will get into later. The recoil on it is very awkward. I don't understand it, so for me personally, you need grip. That's the only attachment which is needed in my opinion. So you experiment with this one as well. Use whatever you want to use on it. Make sure that grip is on your weapon though, so you don't have to tap fire as much as you would need without it. On to the VAPR, which is another gun which could be argued to be one of the best weapons in the game, and also one of my favourite weapons. Now, there is something you can see with this gun, and that's because it has no grip, but it does have long barrel. So obviously you should use that and stocks, then you can move around if someone's shooting back at you whilst you're going for those long shots. But if you want to drop shot, use stock 2 as well, because for whatever reason stock 2 allows you to do the original drop shot from Call of Duty, so use that if you want. Now, going on to the weirdest weapon in Black Ops 4 in my opinion, it is the MADDOX. Now, this gun is really inconsistent for me. It can be one of the most insane weapons you use, or it can be the worst thing you've ever used in your life, because the recoil is so weird and it literally has 0 attachments related to this. So for this gun you need to hope you get lucky with the long shots. Maybe use stock if someone's shooting back at you, but this gun is your decision completely, because there really isn't anything attachments wise to help you long shots on this weapon. Now that that's out of the way, let's finally get into the maps themselves. So we're going to go in alphabetical order of the maps. I will also have timestamps for each and every map that you don't know. Let's get straight into the map Arsenal. Obviously not every map is good for long shots, and Arsenal is one of those maps. I believe that this place right here is the only spot you could use for a long shot medal. There might be another one near B side of Control, but that never works for me personally. But let's say you're playing Control and the enemies spawn inside this warehouse thingy. All you need to do is run over to this place here, and when you think they might be about to spawn, just look over here where I'm aiming. This spot works very well for the Rampart, I found out, because that thing really has high damage, but as said, there could be more spots on this map, but this is the most effective spot I found on Arsenal. Moving on to the map Contraband. This map has quite a few of long shot spots, but I'm going to go through the ones I know and know very well and use as often as I need to. So the first one is by point B in Control, which is right here. And if you move a little bit to the right, you can have a little peek on this rock, which is able to give you a long shot if you kill someone. And this isn't the only spot. If you move to the right into the water and aim it towards the spawn, people come running out of there quite often, so you could get some long shots right there also. And obviously it works from the other side as well. The next place is right on the bridge. Now, if you believe there is someone on the window, then come to this head glitch on the bridge, then you can get the kill on the person on the head glitch, or maybe on the other side of the bridge. But again, this works on the other side of the bridges as well. You might have a better peek on someone who is head glitching on this side, and obviously you have the window countering the head glitches as well. Now, a lot of people know the long shot places on firing range, but I'm going to go through them anyway, just in case you might not know any. So if you go to the A control point and go to this point right here, and if you're positioned like this, then you'll get long shots. And as you know, if you've played or play a Control, that is where a lot of players run out of spawn, so you have the potential right here to get a lot of long shots. Now for the next spot is one of the most used spots for long shots that I have seen, and if you don't know about this one, then I really don't know what to say to you, because I see it being used everywhere. But if you come into this trailer right here, then you can go behind the table to kill them and get a long shot medal, or you can move a bit further in front from that, just a little bit in front of the table. You will also get long shots for that. And if you move to the doorway of the trailer and push yourself into the corner there, you can aim at the Jeep right next to the tunnel, and this will get you a long shot as well, which is a spot I see nobody using, so they won't expect you sitting there when they're trying to head glitch on the Jeep. I found this a couple days ago, and honestly it's one of the most overpowered spots because I see a lot of people trying to head glitch that Jeep. Now the next map we have Frequency. Now on this map it's honestly horrible for the long shots. There is only one spot which it doesn't really give you any cover at all, which is right here on the right side of the map, or on the bridge side, where if you were at the very back then you could get a long shot if someone goes around the corner. Obviously this works for the other side as well, but if I'm being honest with you, if you're specifically going for long shot and this map comes up, then you should back out because this map is terrible for it. Okay, so moving on to Gridlock, there is actually quite a few long shot spots. There is the obvious one, which is at the very center of the map, where you can come up here or over there, and then if you see anybody on the opposite side to where you are, kill them, and this will give you a long shot medal. But for me, this one is only effective on hardcore domination, and even with that, not many people went to the other side, so this one, as obvious as it is, isn't really used too often. But let's move on to the next area, which is on this side of the map, looking at control point B. This works on either side and is one of the most effective ways for getting your long shots, because these two spots are more often than not populated, and even with that, if you're in the window, you can look down to see if there's someone head glitching at the police car on the right, and this will get you a long shot as well. And let's say you're down to the opposite side when you can move a little bit further back, then you can kill the people running around the truck slash van, whatever it is, or get the people head glitching underneath the window. So this map is very, very effective for your long shots. Moving on to Hacienda, there is barely, and I mean barely, any long shot spots. In fact, I have one spot which you would be very lucky to get a long shot, but it will definitely be easy if you call the UAV and they are going to shoot it down, and then you could easily get a long shot if they are stood in the right spot. But honestly, even though this is quite a big map, it is another which you should 100% keep away from when going for long shots. But if you go into the garage next to the mansion, then you can kill the enemies as they're running out of spawn, or instead taking down that UAV or whatever. Then this could be useful, but again, you would be insanely lucky to get one long shot, so avoid this map at all costs. So for the next map we have Icebreaker, which is one of the best maps for long shots. Honestly, there's a fair few places for getting long shots on this map. I believe there is 3 places, but they're all in different spots where you can expect to see enemies quite frequently. So this is one of the best, if not the best maps for long shots in the game. And for the first spot we are going to go into, all you have to do is run into the middle of the map, and you can do this right from spawn. Maybe if you're playing a game mode like Control, and if you couldn't already tell, I play a lot of Control. It's one of my favourite game modes in the game, and that's why the spawns are probably so great for these spots for me. So maybe play this mode to have better luck with the spawns. So I'd say play Control for your long shots, but that could just be for me. So if you come right down the middle of the map, you can walk up these stairs, and maybe if it's at the very start of the game, then you could have people who are AFK in back spawn, or if it's in the middle of the game, or maybe a start of a later round, then you can go here and kill people trying to get the care package. This spot is very effective only at the start of rounds. Let's move on to another effective spot, which is a lot more effective than the first one, which you can see people flooding out of, and you can get a lot of long shots through this. So you want to go right here on the map and aim towards these boxes at this building completely across from you. Then if anyone comes around there, then just try and kill them, and if you do, you will get the long shot medal. And the final spot on Icebreaker is behind this box. Now, and you really want to aim towards these 2 trucks as well, because if you kill them over there, then you will get the long shot medal. However, if they're closer than the first truck, you aren't going to get the long shot medal, so your accuracy needs to be pinpoint for this one. And if you're feeling that is your day in the game, then this is a great spot for you. Moving from one of the best maps for long shots to another, we have the map Jungle, which has a whole lot of long shot locations, with there being 4 on this map. So for the first spot we have a spot on the bridge where you can go into this little hut, move a little bit further back, and you're able to kill people going up the ladder, giving you a long shot medal. Obviously this works on the other side as well, but this one is way better as you're less visible to the player, so I recommend you using this if the enemies are spawning on that side of the map. Now for the next spot, we have the top of the hill slash mountain, whatever the hell you call it. I see everyone up here all the time. It's seriously irritating just seeing someone up there, but if you can come up here, then aim towards this little arch at the bottom. If you are lucky enough to kill the people running out of spawn in time, then you will get the long shot. But a more effective place to go if you're playing Control and you see enemies are taking B, if you come to this point in the map exactly, then you can kill the people camping on top of that metal sheet thingy, head glitching off of that. This also gives you that dreaded long shot medal. And finally, we have this tunnel thing as soon as you jump from this first spot. Now, as you can see, there is an opening where you can see into their spawn, and if you use this correctly and kill them from the correct distance, which is back there, then you will easily get that long shot medal. Now it's time for my favorite map, Militia. I absolutely love this map. I have no idea why. It's probably because it feels the most like a Black Ops 1 map compared to any of the others, including the remasters. So for this map, there is also a bucket load of long shot locations, with another 4 locations for you to see on this map. map. Let's go to the first spot, which is also a little step away from the second spot, which are both used at different points depending on the spawn locations. But the first one, you want to come up to the cottage right here on the map, and you simply head glitch off of this window. And if you see anyone below the bridge, then you can get a quick long shot medal from this. You can get a quick long shot medal. Even if you look over there, you can get a long shot medal. From this, I've got a few long shot medals, but it's not the most effective way, but it's always there. But for the second spot, all we have to do is move to the doorway of the cottage. Now, as you know, people spawn right there on the map, and now all I have to do is peek the doorway, and you can almost spawn trap them, and it gives you a long shot if you kill them off of that spawn. And a little bonus to this is if you move to the wooden balcony at the back and aim at the same place that you did, you can also get long shot medals from this. Moving on to the third spot, which also includes this exact spawn, and it is the window. Now, if you kill the enemies off spawn, again, you are bound to get those long shot medals, and the only problem is, if they are at that spawn point, they're probably going to be ready to kill you waiting inside the cottage. So I'd say use the second and the bonus spot for the long shots, as well as this last one, which is just uphill from the other spawn. If they spawn down here and you peek at them and kill them by this rock, you will more than likely get the long shot medal from this. If you have a 5-man on control, you could easily have the ability to spawn trap on this map, getting you easier long shots every time. So we now move from the best 3 maps for long shots to the worst map for long shots, which has 1 spot, and again, similar to frequency, you need to be really lucky in order to get the long shot medal. So if you go to this side of the map and you see someone at the back of the spawn way back there, chances are you are going to get the long shot medal. But honestly, that is it for Morocco. This map should be avoided if you're going for a long shots. Swiftly moving on from that, we're going to be looking at the map Payload, which has 2 long shot spots, 1 for each spawn. So the first one we're going to look at is this little head glitch by what I think is a flag on domination. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but if you head glitch from here and see someone running from the very back of the spawn and you kill them, you will get the long shot medal. This next one is a lot more easier and a lot more likely to happen in game for this, and for this, all you need to do is sit in this little corner right here and aim down the middle at the back where they spawn, and if you get them whilst they are at the back spawning in, then you will get a long shot for that. Now, Seaside is a great map, but this is another one which you're going to struggle with to get your long shots, and that's because you need to be lucky with where your enemy is standing. I mean, you could always aim up to the window in the church, but more often than not, you aren't going to get the medal unless they are stood at the very back, or at the furthest back you can be. So if you want to give it a try, go ahead, but this is another map you should avoid when going for these long shots. Slums is another map which is horrible for long shots, and this one you 1000% need to be lucky to get it. You need to be stood on top of this car right here, and as soon as you either see the person AFK or just spawned in right at the back of the corner over there, then try to kill him. If you do kill him in the right time, you will get the long shot, but otherwise you won't get it. So in conclusion, avoid slums for long shots at all costs. Now finally, we are on the map Summit, the final map of the video, the final thing of the video. Now before I do go into this, like I mentioned at the start of the video, I do give shoutouts to the people who watch my videos. So if you see this, comment #RollerRink, as that is the camo you get for unlocking the long shots. It also shows me you watched until the end, making you a worthy winner of a shoutout from me. So the first 2 people, if any, will get a shoutout from me in my latest video after this one. Okay, so back to Summit. This is also one of those maps which is terrible for long shots. This is another one of those where you're going to have to get very lucky in order to get your medal. So you have to jump on top of this railing and aim right by this tower, and if they come storming out of there, and kill them as quick as you can, I can assure you, you will get the long shot medal from this. But this is the only spot for Summit. Oh my god, this video was a chore to commentate over. If you're hearing this and haven't already dropped a like, I would mostly appreciate it if you did, as it helps me out a lot. If you're new around here and like what you see, press that red subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. When I'm recording this, we're only 4 away from 1.5k, my end of year goal, so if you could get me closer to that, it would be most appreciated. Also, I'm going to set a like goal of 20 likes. Let's see if we can break that. But anyway guys, I'm Mr. Feed signing out. Peace. So hey, I was Mr. Feed here today. Welcome back to another YouTube video, and in this video I'm going to be telling you guys the most underrated game mode in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Now this mode, if you get above 9 kills or more, you can get upwards of 25,000 XP, and it doesn't even take that long, maybe about 5 to 10 minutes, and you're guaranteed that. But before I do continue, shout out to Adam Burke for being first to say #.